Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, I'm back. Of course I'm back. Okay, we left off, remember, we were making this tag here, this very textural tag. And so we left off, I had just put gesso or kills all over this, right? So I said the last step we needed to do was to color it, and then we're going to put on this, put our heart on here. Our patched heart. Okay? Okay, so let's start using some colors. So I'm going to use Distress Spray Stain Picked Raspberry. Now, let's just say this. You don't have to, if you don't have sprays, don't worry about that. Take some acrylic paints, water them down, and you can take them with a brush and just start splashing in chunks of color how I'm spraying it. So you can use acrylic paints to do the same thing. Almost everything I do, you can use acrylic paints. Whether you need it, you can use the acrylic paints whole, use the acrylic paints with the baby wipe, use the acrylic paints and water them down, okay? So most of the time you can use acrylic paints for any of these techniques I do. Okay, so another color I'm going to use is I'm going to use Tumbled Glass. And when you mix these two together, you get a really beautiful purple. And then you still get this pink color. So I'm only going to use these two, but I'll end up with like a raspberry color, a tumbled glass, and a purple. And then I have this white I might use to mellow things out. We'll see. Okay, let's start. I'm going to do kind of a big section of this because some of it's going to be that purple, like I said. I'm going to put this right on top. Oh, that's so pretty. And then let's just take this color here. Very, very pretty. Okay, and we'll put this color, this teal down here at the bottom, and then we will hit some purple there and hit some purple here. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, and then let's just bring it up a little bit and kind of mesh things around a little bit. Also, let me just let this just drip down. And just one second, you guys. I know I'm out of frame, but just a second. I see some things that need to be sprayed, so I'm going to do that really quickly. Okay. All right. Let me turn the page here really quickly. And I feel like I need to spray this again. Right there. Spray that again. And then, there we go. And then on top of that, I want to throw a little bit of white just to chill things out a little bit. Well, maybe that was too much. All right. We're experimenting, people. Okay. And then we'll throw this blue back on top of here. All right. Very nice. Okay, so let's dry some of this with the dryer. So I'm going to turn my blow dryer on. If you don't want to hit the blow dryer, just go ahead and fast forward. Okay, you guys, I can see this is really, really wet. This is a really cold day here in Las Vegas, so my house is a little bit chilly, so I'm not going to be able to get this dry. So I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to work on another tag, and we'll come back to this one. If not in this video, we'll come back to it in another video, okay? But that still has to go on top of there. And before I do that, after this is all done drying, I want to take a little bit of black ink and drip that over it and do some black drips. And also then I want to take some ink of gold, like the gold here, and rub that on it. But this needs to dry, so I think I need to give it a chance to dry and not keep messing with it. So let it dry naturally. Sometimes natural drying is the best. So, and I can kind of tell that it's going to take a while. So let's move on. And that is the goal of what we're getting to. Okay, with that one, with that tag. Okay, so let's move on to another tag. Let me make sure my space is nice and dry of sprays. Yes, it is. Very good. Okay. This is what we're going for next. I had a tag that looks something like this, and I'm really interested in doing this background again. It's a very simple background, but so pretty and effective, isn't it? And that's what this looks like. Isn't that tag pretty? And it says, "You are beautiful." I think that is so pretty. I love her because of her free spirit. She's like a gypsy, and I love it. Just represents free spirit, freedom, knowing who you are. I love it. And this is a sticker that I got from Dollar Tree. It says, "You are beautiful." So, okay. Let's begin. So I have a piece of, remember I said you can, oh, and this is the other thing. This is going to be for this one, this focal point instead of that lady, I'm going to use these. Look how precious this is. There's a lady, she's from another country. You guys, I don't even remember where I got this from. Well, I remember, but if I can look up her name, I will. She's from another country, like Switzerland or something. And her name, you can't even pronounce the name. But she makes these dolls, which are like stuffed animals, but they look like dolls. Aren't they gorgeous? So anyway, I got that online. So that's going to be our focal point, okay, on this one. All right, so let's start out with what we always do. We're going to start out with our collage bits. Let me get my podge out. And my podge brush. Where's my blue brush? Well, I have actually a couple of different Mod Podge brushes because I always seem to lose that big blue one that I like to use. See? I lost it. Oh, here it is right in front of me. All right. All right. So let's begin with, the same old thing we always are doing. And, let me work on a magazine so we don't get the glue all over my table. All right. Lots of music notes and book paper. Oh, you know what I decided I'm going to do? Okay. Let me glue this one down. And then that's it for this. Okay. What I'm not doing in this video, which I usually do, is I usually, you know how I usually podge right on top? Well, I'm not going to do Mod Podge on top. I'm going to use my magazine as my glue surface. Just a second. I have to rearrange things because I'm doing it differently. All right, we're going to use my magazine as a gluing surface because I don't want to put podge right on top of here because I want to go right to the next step because we don't have, I don't have the luxury in this video of drying time. So sometimes I podge everything and then I end the video and I say let it dry, but we're not going to do it on this one. So we are just going to glue everything down. And I like to use, like I always say, I say the same thing all the time, but I like to use this magazine as my glue surface. so it doesn't get my table here all gluey. And when I'm done, I can just flip the page and have a new fresh page to use as a glue surface. A gluing down surface. And I always tell you guys every video, this is my favorite part. I love just gluing paper down. I think it's so relaxing. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. There's no decisions to be made. It's just relaxing. It's the same. And I think it's that repetitive thing. Like, you know, I also knit and I spin art yarn. It's that same repetitive motion over and over and over. I think that's what I really love too. That's relaxing to me. Okay. If you want, comment below. Is that relaxing to you to do kind of repetitive things over and over? Or does that drive you out of your damn mind? It's funny what relaxes some people drives other people out of their mind. Like, hell no, I don't want to do the same thing over and over. Okay, I'm going to use this. How cool is that? That was from like a word search. And I think I picked up the word search from Dollar Tree. And then I coffee stained it. And baked it in the oven. And that's how I got this nice, beautiful brown on it. So I thought, oh, that'll be great to use in my backgrounds. I'm not junk journaling anymore, but I have all these beautiful papers from junk journaling. So I'm switching all my papers, these beautiful papers I have, because these are all beautiful papers I was using in my junk journals, like vintage junk journals, and I'm going to use them in my art journals now. So if you want to, if you're making that switch, or you want a junk journal and you want an art journal, make sure you share both of the supplies between both of the crafts. And pretty much all your crafts. You can start intermixing, especially in mixed media. Look at some of the other crafts you've done and start intermixing it in your mixed media. Plus, it'll make you use what you got. And like I said, I think the things that you collect, especially if you want to do some art therapy for yourself like I'm doing, I think that's very therapeutic because you chose those things for a reason. And they're meaningful, they mean something to you, and I think that they can help you in your art therapy, they can help you in your healing. So that's what I think. And you guys can see I use a lot of music note paper. You can buy bulk music note paper like at Joann's or Michael's in their bulk section and buy a bunch of it. But I love using real music notes. And when you go to thrift stores, just always check in the book section and see if you can't find any music note paper. And I remember when I first started doing this kind of stuff, I couldn't find any music notebooks. I was so frustrated. And then one day I went in, I found one, and the next time I went, I found another one. Now I have tons of them. So just be looking when you go to the thrift stores. And if you don't go to thrift stores, now you have a reason to go to thrift stores. Which I'm sure most people that are watching my video go to thrift stores. We're all kind of the same. Okay. The thrift stores can be some of the best places to go for your art supplies or your mixed media supplies especially. Find such cool stuff. I use a wet baby wipe and go over it a little bit. It kind of, presses everything down, but also any excess glue, it cleans it up. So that's why I'm doing that. Okay, and then we'll go with this here. And like I said, I think I said this before too, but it's worth repeating. All these tags I'm doing, these can also be just practicing also for a page or for an idea for a page. So I can do the same technique and do it on a page, right? So, okay, so now let's turn the page. So we'll have a fresh page when we use this as a glue surface again, and put that away. All right. So we got all of our pieces glued down. Let me just kind of go over it with my hand really quick. So everything's nice and pretty dry. Yep. Okay. Let me put my glue brush away. Let me put all my collage bits. I kind of just keep like a little baggie, which I don't know why I'm keeping them in a baggie, because I have beautiful clear makeup bags I just bought. I just need to get them out of my bags from Dollar Tree. I kind of like to always keep like a little baggie full of collage bits, because this is what I start pretty much every mixed media piece with. So, or my collage bits. All right. And just a second, guys. I kind of like to clean up as I go along because, I don't know. I just do. Do I need to explain myself with that? Okay, I'm going to bring this, like, let's see if we can do this and bring it in just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to do some stamping on here. So I pre-picked out some stamps. I'm going to show you guys. This is my favorite stamp. This was $1.99 at Hobby Lobby, but I picked it up for like 30 cents last year when they were clearancing all their stuff out. This stamp holds ink. I wish I had a million more of these kind of stamps. It's like a hard, spongy type of thing. Anyway, it holds color like there's nobody's business. I love it. And I love the, look at that. Isn't that cool? And it'll hold color forever. Throw that in here. And I just keep going with it, and it gets a little lighter, and just really just adds. I think it's so cool. Love that stamp. It's one of my faves. You know what? We're going to use it one more time. I'm going to use it with this pink color. Kind of pink. Is that pink? I thought this was pink. Kind of. Oh, it's a rose color. All right, perfect. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of purple. And I love this stamp right here. Isn't this awesome? Love it. Again, this is a $16 stamp I picked up for like $2 last year at that sale at Hobby Lobby, which they have going again. It's like 75% off in the craft section. Pretty much different sections of the store. They'll keep clearancing it out at 75%. Oh, fabulous. Last year, I can't tell you how many stamps I bought. I just bought an obnoxious amount of stamps last year from that sale. Because these stamps were like, stamps that are like $16, $8, $10 for like $2. $1, $1.50, $3. It was crazy. So I'm just adding some more layers right on top of the book note pages. Let's see what this. All right, cool. This one seems to be working better. Okay. And then I have, let me make sure you guys are still there. Yep, very good. I have this here. Thought I had some roses on here. Just trying to look and see what I have on here that I like. This is some roses here. I have some roses in another clear stamp thing, but this will work. Doesn't really matter anyway. This is stuff that's going to peekaboo through, because we're going to add color on top of this. Very nice. And I just keep going with it until we lose color. All right, and the last one I'm going to do is this one. I love this stamp. It's one of my favorite stamps in the whole world. Isn't that cool? It's just all watch faces. Love. We'll use this one. Very cool. And you know, let's take the same stamp with blue. And then, you know, we'll take the same stamp, put some purple on the bottom half of it. Make sure you pounce it like elephants. The reason I say that is because I always hear people say, don't pounce it like elephants. So I like to say, make sure you pounce it like elephants. I don't know what it's going to do if you do pounce your ink pad like an elephant. What's it going to do? Wait. I always tell you guys I have a weird sense of humor. Okay, so now I just wanted to get some more interest on here before we start going in with color. Okay? So we have some more interest. Yeah. That looks good. Just a second. All right, again, let me just kind of clean up a little bit, put some stuff away so I have room here. I think that's what it is. I like to have room to work. So that's why I kind of put some things away here before I move on. All right. Next, I have, these are fabulous. I think I showed this in one of my last videos. I bought a bunch of these. I bought 10 of them, and I should have bought more. These are those makeup brushes. Aren't these fabulous, you guys? They were at one of my local dollar stores. It wasn't Dollar Tree. It's just a local generic dollar store. And I bought 10, and I need 10 more. Because I got these, I'm going to use them for my pastels. But I want 10 more to use for my Tim Holtz ink. So she said she's going to order more. So I'm going to check in this week. And hopefully she'll have more in. So, but these put on, if you're going to use like pastels, if you're going to use your Tim Holtz inks, these are a charm. These are better than any Tim Holtz, and I hate to say it because I love you, Tim Holtz, but better than anything he's ever used. It's just so dense, and you'll see. Let me just start. Sometimes just begin. Stop talking. So, these are the pastels I'm going to use. I'm going to use Jane Davenport's Palette Pastels. These things are so creamy and just delicious and rich, and they remind me of the pan pastels that are very expensive. So, all right, let's get in here with some color. Look at this. This is just fabulous. Look at that. Is that just beautiful? That's how easy it is to put the color on, and it's gorgeous. So pretty. Let's see if we can come up a little bit. Okay. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Okay, and I kind of designate it like this is like a one for blue, that's one for purple, that's one for pink. So I kind of designate them like that. So I think if this is what I used on this. Yeah, I think it is. What is this color? Oh, I think I used this color too. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty. Okay, just experimenting with color. Okay, and then let's go in with some purple. And then we'll mix that purple up into that blue there and into here a little bit. So I would say just make sure that you really, you know, blend things. Blend things into each other. So pretty. God, this is so pretty. And look how fast and easy it is. And you know, and there's no drying time. I mean, how many times do you guys hear me say, okay, drying time? And I love this because there's just no drying time. You just rub it in. Now, I will probably spray these with like a fixative. I have this clear acrylic matte coating. And so I will spray my tags. Well, this tag, because, you know, it can rub off because it is a pastel. So, okay, continuing on. Oh, I love this blue. This is the blue I'm using right here. I couldn't decide which blue to use. I kind of stacked these together in each other's lids, but it's that blue right there that I'm using. I think it's really pretty. It's more like a robin's egg blue. And what do we want to put here? We'll put the pink at the bottom. Very pretty. And we'll put that blue again right here in the center. Very nice. And let's just reapply that pink right there a little bit. All right. Very, very pretty. I love how this looks. And this is just kind of more of a simple tag, but so pretty and so effective, I think. Okay, so let's put those back. And then another thing I want to do is I want to do some white splatters. So let's do that. Very, very pretty. Let me just kind of bring it up to the thing. Isn't that pretty? So gorgeous. Yummy. Okay, so let's do some white splatters. Do I want to do the ink first or the white splatters? You know, let's drip some ink and then we'll... Wait. How do I want to do it? Yeah, we'll do the white splatters. I don't know, you know why I'm fretting about it. It really doesn't matter which way I do it. We're also going to drip ink too. You guys know I love ink drips. I love splatters, ink drips. Oh, and I've just decided I want to start calling my white splatters fairy dust. So when I say, okay, let's fairy dust, it'll be white splatters. So let's fairy dust. Okay, where is my splatter brush? I have two of them. There we go. It's not like I have to look for my brushes, you guys. I have all my brushes. Well, not all of them, but I have a lot of my brushes, the ones I like to use, an homage of brushes. If you saw it, it would be just obnoxious. And I still can't find a damn brush. It's insane. Okay, let's fairy dust. Oh my God. See, this is why I call it fairy dust. I think when you add these white splatters, it just adds magic. It just makes it look like a fairy. Like fairy dust. Love it. And it's so simple. It's a simple thing. Nothing major about splattering white paint, but look how that looks like fairy dust. So pretty. Okay, let's dry that. It'll dry in just a matter of a minute or so. If you want, you can fast forward. one other thing I didn't do that I wanted to do. Take some white paint or gesso, and we're just going to white out certain parts, just to give even a more mystical look. And what I mean by that, and actually we'll take a baby wipe. We'll do that technique. You can take white acrylic paint or some white gesso with a baby wipe. So I have a little bit of white in my lid here. And I'm just going to just white out certain parts. Not everything, just a little bit here and there. Just to add a little magical little something something. It just adds a little bit more dreaminess to it. Okay? Somewhere over here we need to do a little bit. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. See, by adding us a little bit of that white, it just adds a little bit of dreaminess, more dreamy. It gives it a more dreamy look. Just whiting it out just a little bit. So some parts I left just the way they were, and some parts I whited out. So like I always say, it's just one little small step after the next, after the next. Just one little small layer after the next, after the next. Okay, and then, like I said, now, is this dry? Oh, it's dry enough. Okay, very good. All right, so now let's add some ink drops. I'm using Jane Davenport's Incredible Ink. It's hot cocoa, and you guys, this smells like hot cocoa. I don't know what she did, but she added fragrance to her. Inks, and they smell fabulous. I mean, it's already fun using her products, and then on top of that, she added fragrance. Like, it smells like hot cocoa. It's just fabulous. Love it. Okay, I know I'm out of frame, but I'm doing the drip, so